We've got breaking news right now in Southeast Houston. You can see HPD involved in a chase. You see that vehicle on Selinsky. We don't know what's the reason for the chase. Never a good idea, especially in broad daylight, to try and get away. Whoever does this, they never get away, my experience has been. So as this driver runs through neighborhoods, clearly not a lot of traffic, and that is the good news. I'm told that this person is believed to be a robbery suspect, presumably armed, which makes him very dangerous. Now northbound, what's the street again?
Murr.
On Murr rather. In Southeast Houston, you can see several police cars now tailing this robbery suspect. Continue to drive at a decent rate of speed, not driving too wildly yet, but officers will stay on his tail. Now, according to HPD and their policy in chases, they do not like to get too close. They are not allowed to bump people trying to get away from them. They try and set up a situation where they make it as safe as possible, throw down spike strips, and slow the car down so other people don't get hurt.
As you said, though, Len, these guys rarely, if ever, I've never seen one get away yet, but what he is doing, or whoever's driving, is causing dangerous conditions for any pedestrians or other motorists out on the road. Luckily, we've seen no one out there in this particular part of town. This person now heading eastbound on Selinsky. Again, this is a robbery suspect that police, HPD, is in pursuit of right now. And we will see how far this guy goes.
Yeah, it's always, to say the least, entertaining to watch. Only going 30 miles an hour, we're told, is this robbery suspect trying to get away from, I've counted so far, 3 HPD officers now chasing this individual, continuing to make right and left turns in Southeast Houston, first on Murr, also on Selinsky. Don't know what this street is, but they're continuing to stay on this person's tail, and hopefully it can come to a peaceful end. Just made a right turn on MLK, by the way, and southbound. So police will continue to stay on this person's tail and not get too close. Hopefully they'll get other officers in place to try and throw down some spike strips. That could take a while because the driver, now picking up speed, is trying to get away, and they don't want to get other people hurt. That's always a priority in these situations.
And this driver encountering more motorists out on the road right now. You always hope no one's hurting anything like this.
Right.
Obviously, police, as you said, trying to do this as carefully as they can while trying to apprehend this person. Heading now eastbound on Park Village. A robbery suspect that HPD is in pursuit of right now.
And we have seen cases where these things do go bad, where other cars have been hit by either the person getting away and sometimes by police officers. So that's why the policy is so strict. That's why you don't see, even in this shot, the cruisers that are tailing this person, because they want to create just enough room so they don't want this person to get too out of hand. Hopefully, this person will either crash on their own without hitting anyone. Now going northbound on Weathercrest, we are told, and picking up speed, and we're told that 2 people, both robbery suspects, are in that car now pulling away as officers continue to tail the vehicle.
We're not sure where the robbery took place or how long ago. We just know that this is a robbery suspect, 1 passenger in the vehicle with that person that police are in pursuit of right now, heading into what looks like a more rural area here, but you never know when that cross traffic is going to hit. Back on Selinsky, and he just collided with the fence. There they go. Going in separate directions. As HPD is involved in a foot chase now. They're going to hop that fence.
Let's see what happens. This guy's...
this is the driver we're watching.
The driver is, we're following, runs into, I don't know what that is, an apartment complex? But now we're blocked. Here the officer's coming from the other way. That's the suspect running, and here they go. Here we go. Better just to give up. Yep. Suspect down.
Suspect 1.
Ross Sterling High School. Fortunately, late enough, we're probably not a lot of people there, but you've got 1 person, I believe this is the driver, and a potential robbery suspect now on the ground, caught by several officers on the campus of Ross Sterling High School.
Suspect 1 there being taken into custody. Suspect 2, we don't know where he's
went
run
over
off
a fence.
to. Went over a fence. Hopefully he's also in cuffs. We're just now being told that both are in custody.
And this is what we said, that usually when people try and pull away, whether it's HPD or constables or the sheriff's department, it's difficult in broad daylight to outrun the police. They can get you in too many different ways. We'll continue to follow this story. Always entertaining. More in the story coming up online and on KHOE 11 News at 10.
We'll see you then.
Okay, guys, yeah, this is going to be southbound 435, just before Gregory. You can see that these guys wrecked just before we went live. Police just coming up on them, and they were going to try to make a run for it. They didn't get very far, 3 of them, and police just coming up on this. You can see that they did actually collide with another vehicle. There wasn't a crash here just south of 63rd Street, and police are going to apprehend these guys pretty quick. We'll push in on. You can see what's going on right down there. We're also going to check to see if there's any injuries involved in that accident. It did not seem like there would be life-threatening injuries, but certainly going to be some problems here, 435 south of 63rd Street here on the track. It popped up, yeah, I got that. Then you'll see the other car that was involved in the accident. Paul, go ahead and pull wide and come back along 435. We can see where some other motorists are getting out to help them. There's some more police cars there. We'll keep going back right there. That's a car that was involved in it, and I'm sure the producer will get some video here showing exactly what happened.
It's going to get backed up really quick. That's going to give the officers an opportunity, perhaps, to bring this to an end. Well, we got that from our assignment desk. We never heard them say exactly what it was personally, but the desk was telling us that it was a burglary suspect that was inside that vehicle. There were things coming out of the vehicle along the 60 freeway as it worked its way on Santa Anita. I'm going to have to work with my pilot right now. We kind of just lost the vehicle underneath that freeway right here. I got to keep an eye on it. Give me 1 second right now. Yep. What 10 west? Yo, definitely 10 westbound, and it is backed up. We're in the downtown area. Anybody who travels this area will tell you it's bad, and it's just going to get worse. Whoa, look at that. Look at that crazy turn right there. Basically going to be running onto an on-ramp here. I'll get you that on-ramp here in just a second. Look, there's other vehicles coming up the freeway there, and probably not expecting that at all. There's another CHP officer there at the bottom of the ramp, probably not going to do anything too dramatic. You can see that one California Highway Patrol right there behind them. Now would be the time where they would try to use that pit maneuver to bring this to an end. Really driving aggressively out here. I could like to be for sure to say this is Santa Fe. I believe this is Santa Fe as the off-ramp, and now moving southbound. Very crowded streets down here, and you can see the vehicles, the other vehicles on the roadway. California Highway Patrol in a good position to do that pit maneuver, but right now this vehicle making another hard turn right now, looking out the window, and I'm guessing, don't quote me on this one, I believe that we're on Washington. He's going to be coming back underneath the freeway right now, directly below us, doing a little bit of a pirouette up here in the helicopter. There he is, and we're going to keep an eye on him now. It's going to be pretty easy for us, but he's using the center lanes, really trying to get away from those officers as he's gotten on the surface streets out here in the South Los Angeles area. Whoa! Yeah. Yeah. Alameda. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh! Oh. Yes. Yes. What street are we on? Whoa! Oh. You're making some dramatic and very dangerous moves out here. This vehicle was on Alameda southbound, got on a westbound street, and then worked his way to where we're at right now. Well, once again, it looks like we're heading southbound. This may be No, it can't be Alameda. I'm trying to get the streets, and I'm trying to actually start hearing that helicopter that's above. The sheriff's ship is still chasing this vehicle, making some very dramatic moves out here. Right there's another one, somebody just driving, and then this suspect comes up behind him there. That was Long Beach Boulevard that we were on, Long Beach Avenue, southbound out of the downtown Los Angeles area. He's been driving extremely radical out here, making some crazy moves, been going head-on into some of the traffic. We do know that there was a minor accident that happened because of that suspect. I'm not sure if it was an officer-involved traffic accident or just a civilian. That vehicle's still really moving along out here. The helicopter's still following behind it, and this guy really still making these crazy moves out here. No officers really directly behind it. They're making pretty much doing almost a surveillance mode. I do know that there is one California Highway Patrol vehicle behind it, and every now and then I do hear him calling out the pursuit, but it's still now working its way southbound on a smaller street, but we're in the downtown area for sure. Whoa, whoa. That was definitely the 10 westbound where that incident happened, and I believe it was Santa Fe was the off ramp. Working with my pilot right now, this guy's really starting to get away from us right now. We're having some trouble getting into the LAX area. They're kind of holding us up, and that's what the issue is right now. There is an LAPD airship above it now as well, and like I said, I'm trying to get in there. You can see there's the California Highway Patrol working their way southbound again on one of these major roads, and a lot of traffic out here. This vehicle not really slowing down too much, but still driving very erratic out here, weaving, turning, cutting people off, going into oncoming traffic. There you can see him right there going through one of the majors. I tried to read that street sign as we're continuing on. The California Highway Patrol right behind him right now. That vehicle basically caught up, was following along with what the helicopter was giving the information. So that's how that vehicle got back right behind it once again. They're not going to give this up. Very dangerous moves for sure. At one point, he's turning towards us, John, turning towards us. At one point, he was driving on the wrong side of the freeway, oncoming traffic. He cut off a couple of vehicles. We saw a very dangerous and a very close call with pedestrians as well. Right now he's moving eastbound. I can tell you he's moving eastbound, and I have to work with my pilot right now so we can really get this working. And we're working our way south again, South Los Angeles area, well-established South Los Angeles area as this pursuit continues southbound. When they first picked up that pursuit, there wasn't a lot of traffic at all. Nope. No, there weren't. I thought the same thing, but they're not. There's wrong way right now on Central. He was basically driving the wrong way on the roadway. He's on Central again, moving his way southbound. Right now, our pilot's still working with LAX. This is part of the LAX area, and for some reason, they're not allowing us to get any closer to it. California Highway Patrol has been cleared to do the pit maneuver. I did hear that earlier on. I'm not sure if that was a different unit. Again, they have to be trained for this, but at these high speeds with that kind of traffic and this tight quarters, this would not be the place for them to do it, especially behind that building where we can't see it. Right now, you can see that officer basically is trying to work his way closer and closer to them, still southbound Central. Now we're making a turn eastbound. This looks like, westbound as we're working our way onto another major street out there. California Highway Patrol right behind him. This would be a good spot. It's a very wide area. There are other vehicles in the area. but again, still he's working our way away from us right now. Other vehicles pulling over, probably because they hear those lights and sirens. This is maybe helping that suspect in a way, but this pursuit continuing on westbound on Manchester. Gage, excuse me, westbound Gage. His speeds, yeah, definitely. He has definitely slowed down quite a bit. Earlier on, his speeds were much faster on these streets. And again, right now, probably going about 30, 40 miles an hour. But here we go. You can see some traffic right up ahead, where this is going to give him some problems. You know, he's got to weave in and out. There's a pedestrian walking right there as well. Made his way through there. We're still continuing westbound Gage. There's going to be a freeway coming up here in a minute or two. I believe we just got cleared into the LAX airspace. So now we're starting to be able to get a little bit closer. He has a freeway. He's got a choice. There's an on-ramp, off-ramp. It'll be the 110 freeway if he makes it that far. Solid red light. Look at all that traffic. Kids running across the street out there. This is the type of dangerous situation that these pursuits present. You know, that was Maine right there. He's coming up on another red light, as I just heard, but he has slowed down a little bit. Coming up on Broadway, there's a lot of traffic up there, and again, but there is a freeway on-ramp. Maybe this person knows the area, trying to get onto that freeway. I can tell you the traffic is moving, but it is that time of night. There's a lot of cars out there, very, very busy with as far as traffic going this evening. Looks like he's going underneath, or it looks like he's going to try to go, he's underneath the 110 freeway, driving on the wrong side of the road right now. Westbound Gage underneath the 110. There he came up the other side, and that's going to be Figueroa. Looks like, again, on the wrong side of the road. Looks like we're going to be going southbound Figueroa right now. Whoops. That way. Oh, you can't. Oh. No, we're not. This is because of LAX. Yes. Yep. Oh! Very, very close. Yes. Yeah, no. And, you know, and this pursuit continues to have these dangerous moments because it is South Los Angeles. It's that time of the night. There's a lot of traffic out there. Southbound on Vermont, wrong side of the road, I believe. Nope, I guess there's a little... There's one of those little side streets right there. Nope, he was on the wrong side of the road there. He popped out. He's heading back towards us right now. I have to be very clear with the viewers, anybody watching right now. One of the reasons why we are using the end of the lens is because LAX is not allowing us to get any closer because of the PD ships that are overhead. They're actually more than requesting, telling us that we're not allowed to get any closer. So basically we're at the mercy of where this is and what LAX allows us to right now because we're in their airspace. You can see that vehicle there on Hoover making his turn right now. We're going to be heading westbound once again. The officers that were in pursuit, those two SUVs, I don't think they were involved in that accident, but it was very, very close. And you can see some of these CHP and LAPD right now starting to get involved in this pursuit. That vehicle that's right behind it right there, I believe that's going to be an LAPD vehicle. Northbound Vermont, now he's going the correct way on that same street. We saw him earlier on. Really starting to move out. The speeds are really starting to pick up once again as we're working our way northbound on Vermont. Looks like we're going to make another turn into the... 65th Street, that's 65th Street. We're working our way eastbound. But look at these speeds. Look at the size of that neighborhood. Look at the people that are out here this afternoon. Somebody was hanging out the window there for just a second. This is very dangerous stuff for the LAPD and, of course, anybody living in this area. Look at, there you go, another major intersection, a lot of traffic. This guy's been very lucky, and, you know, we're just hope that luck holds out. But we do want this thing to come to an end. You know, that question about somebody else inside the vehicle, when he made that turn right there, it did definitely seem like there were two people inside that vehicle. Again, that was just kind of what we saw. I'm not clear of that right now. We'd never heard the officers really give the want. That's the reason why they're pursuing him, besides calling it a pursuit. We did hear from our desk that made some phone calls, talked to some law enforcement, and we understand that is a burglary suspect, I would believe, probably residential, but again, I'm just guessing right now. Back on 65th Street, we were working our way westbound. Now we're on a small smaller street, southbound, just winding his way through these neighborhoods right there. Look, he's making another turn. He's coming back eastbound again. Just these really small streets, making these blocks. A bicyclist right there, other people on the roadway. You can see people on the street. So look at somebody throwing stuff out. It looked like he was throwing it out at the officers there. I can't really say for sure, but I can tell you the officer's vehicle hit whatever that was that guy threw out there. A very dangerous situation for sure out here. Again, you can see people starting to come out of their homes watching this pursuit, probably because of all the sirens and the helicopters that are over above it right now. And westbound 67th Street, as we're working our way through the South Los Angeles area. Look, somebody parked a car out in the roadway, almost intentional, trying to get through there. Just kind of rammed that vehicle and continuing westbound as we're working our way through this neighborhood. Whoa! Oh! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, neighborhood. Running. Foot bail. Yeah, definitely. No, we saw 3 people jump out of that vehicle. You can see these guys right there jumping on rooftops, going across rooftops. It's just opportunity. We're going to watch this guy right here as long as we can. Again, still long shot, long end of the lens type of shot. There. Long shot, long end of the lens type of shot. There, LAPD officer going to intercept him right behind a tree. Oh, there he goes. They keep on running here. Those officers really making a sprint. They're going to probably take him into custody right behind this tree here in this building. We're going to go back and take a look and see if we can see those other ones. You can see other officers from LAPD in the neighborhood right now as well. 3 suspects jumped out of that vehicle when it came to an end. Somebody was talking about how it possibly may have been running out of fuel, but it basically came to an end out here on 67th and 67th and 65th Street, right by Figueroa. I don't know. There's 1 in custody. We have 2 in custody. 2. We have 2 in custody right now. 2 in custody. Yeah. I got to give my apology. I thought it was somebody from the booth calling me. Yes, we have 2 in custody right now. California Highway Patrol and also LAPD. This is one much closer. They have 1 person outstanding. We understand that LAPD did take that other suspect that we followed and we lost him behind that building because of the shot that we had to have. This is one of the other 3. So now we have 2 in custody. I believe they have 1 person still still outstanding, as I understand it. And the officers right now, the helicopters that are down there, are actually doing the same check to make sure that there were 3 suspects that jumped out of the vehicle. We counted 3 for sure. We followed 2 of them and then ended up following 1 that got caught. This is one of the original suspects that we didn't follow earlier on. So there is still 1 suspect outstanding at this time.
In Southeast Houston, you can see several police cars now tailing this robbery suspect. Continue to drive at a decent rate of speed, not driving too wildly yet, but officers will stay on his tail. Now, according to HPD and their policy in chases, they do not like to get too close. They are not allowed to bump people trying to get away from them. They try and set up a situation where they make it as safe as possible, throw down spike strips, and slow the car down so other people don't get hurt.
As you said, though, Len, these guys rarely, if ever, I've never seen one get away
No.
yet, but what he is doing, or whoever's driving, is causing dangerous conditions. Heading now eastbound on Park Village, a robbery suspect that HPD is in pursuit of right now.
And we have seen cases where these things do go bad, where other cars have been hit by either the person getting away and sometimes by police officers. So that's why the policy is so strict. That's why you don't see, even in this shot, the cruisers that are tailing this person, because they want to create just enough room so they don't want this person to get too out of hand. Hopefully, this person will either crash on their own without hitting anyone. Now going northbound on Weathercrest, we are told, and picking up. We've got breaking news right now in southeast Houston. You can see HPD involved in a chase. You see that vehicle on Selinsky. We don't know what's the reason for the chase. Never a good idea, especially in broad daylight, to try and get away. Whoever does this, they never get away, my experience has been. So as a driver runs through neighborhoods, clearly not a lot of traffic, and that is the good news. I'm told that this person is believed to be a robbery suspect, presumably armed, which makes him very dangerous. Now northbound, what's the street again?
Murr.
On Murr, rather.
For any pedestrians or other motorists out on the road. Luckily, we've seen no one out there in this particular part of town. This person now heading eastbound on Selinsky. Again, this is a robbery suspect that police, HPD, is in pursuit of right now. And we will see how far this guy goes.
Yeah, it's always, to say the least, entertaining to watch. Only going 30 miles an hour, we're told, is this robbery suspect trying to get away from, I've counted so far, 3 HPD officers now chasing this individual. Continuing to make right and left turns in southeast Houston, first on Murr, also on Selinsky. Don't know what this street is, but they're continuing to stay on this person's tail, and hopefully it can come to a peaceful end. Just made a right turn on MLK, by the way, and southbound. So police will continue to stay on this person's tail and not get too close. Hopefully they'll get other officers in place to try and throw down some spike strips. That could take a while because the driver, now picking up speed, is trying to get away, and they don't want to get other people hurt. That's always a priority in these situations.
And this driver encountering more motorists out on the road right now. You always hope no one's hurting anything like this.
Right.
Obviously, police, as you said, trying to do this as carefully as they can while trying to apprehend this person.